This curse has plagued the NFL for nearly 2 decades, and that curse is the Madden curse. So in case you have never heard of it, the Madden curse is almost like a conspiracy theory. The idea is that if a player is featured on the cover of a Madden game, then they will have a season-ending injury or will play very bad in the year following. A prime example of the curse working would be the cover of Madden 16. It showcases Odell Beckham Jr. of the New York Giants, and we all know what happened to him. In the fourth quarter against the Los Angeles Chargers, he broke his ankle and is out for the rest of the season. Now let's look at all Madden games and see if the curse has some legitimacy or is it just a myth. Let's start in the year 2001. This is the very first year that a Madden game featured a player on the cover instead of a picture of John Madden himself. The curse strikes for the first time. The Titans make it to the playoffs. A rare bobbled pass by George late in the fourth quarter of a playoff game against the Baltimore Ravens led to an interception and a touchdown that ended the Titans' otherwise stellar season. While George would remain in the NFL for 4 more seasons, he never ran for more than 1,200 yards in a season, and he averaged less than 3.4 yards per carry. The season before this, he averaged about 3.4 yards, and he ran over 1,200 yards for every season. Moving on to Madden 2002, cover athlete Dante Culpepper of the Minnesota Vikings. The curse strikes again. Just a few months after being named the NFL cover athlete, Culpepper suffered a knee injury during a game against the Pittsburgh Steelers and had to miss the rest of the 2001 season. His performance deteriorated the following season when he threw 23 interceptions to only 18 touchdowns. This would be one of the first years that the notion of the Madden curse was widely referenced when discussing a player's unexpectedly poor performance after being featured on the game's cover. Moving on, Madden 2003, cover athlete Marshall Faulk of the St. Louis Rams. The curse strikes yet again. The season that unfolded after Faulk appeared on the Madden NFL cover would prove to be the beginning of the decline of one of the NFL's most prolific running backs. The 2002 season would end up being the first. He was unable to rush for more than 1,000 yards, and his yardage totals continued to decline in the subsequent seasons. He eventually missed the entire 2006 season due to surgery on his knee, and he would never return to the league. Next up, Madden 2004, cover athlete Michael Vick of the Atlanta Falcons. The curse strikes another time. Just a short time after it was announced that Vick would be the cover athlete for Madden NFL 2004, Vick fractured his right fibula during a preseason game. The injury forced him to miss the first 11 games of this season. Up next, Madden 2005, cover athlete Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens. The curse strikes. While Lewis's season following his debut as the Madden NFL 2005 cover athlete wasn't exactly terrible, the usually reliable linebacker failed to record a single interception in the 2004 season. This is the first time he had ever done this. The Ravens also failed to make the playoffs for the first time in several years, and in Week 6 of the following season, Lewis tore his right hamstring, forcing him to end his season. On to Madden 2006, cover athlete Donovan McNabb of the Philadelphia Eagles. The curse strikes yet again. McNabb was on track for a huge year in 2005 when his season was derailed by a groin injury that sent him to the injury reserve list for the remainder of the season. He never quite recovered the following season, and in Week 11 he tore his ACL and meniscus in his right knee and was once again sidelined for the remainder of that season. The remainder of his time in the NFL would be marked by inconsistent performances and turmoil on and off the field, culminating in the end of his football career in 2011. Madden 2007, cover athlete Shaun Alexander of the Seattle Seahawks. The curse strikes. Alexander broke his foot, missed multiple games, and recorded the least yards that season in his career. Moving on to Madden 2008, cover athlete Vince Young of the Tennessee Titans. Originally, LaDainian Tomlinson was going to be on the game's cover, but a campaign from Chargers fans led him to decline the offer. The curse strikes again. After scoffing at the Madden curse when he made the announcement on late-night television, Young had a slow start to the 2007 season, only to injure his quadricep in Week 6. He would miss the following week's game, the first time he had ever missed a game due to injury. He would return later in the season only to re-injure himself in the final game of the season, opening the door for backup Kerry Collins to take his position. Next up, Madden 2009. By now, anybody that chooses to accept the Madden cover gig is either stupid or is trying to break the curse. It is, at this point, widespread knowledge, and not many players are willing to appear on the cover. So, EA chose a player that recently decided to retire, Brett Favre. The curse strikes yet again. Brett Favre decided he wasn't yet done and went back to the league that same season. He was displayed on the cover with the green jersey of the Packers, but signed with the Jets and had a decent season until he sustained an injury to his right shoulder late in the season that would lead to him missing games for the rest of his career and eventually be one of the main causes of his second retirement in 2011. On to Madden 2010. This is the first year that 2 athletes were displayed on the cover. Cover athletes were Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals and Troy Polamalu of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The curse strikes, or does it? Fitzgerald is one of the first clear-cut examples of the Madden curse, generally missing its mark. On the other hand, Polamalu seemed to take the full blunt of force of the Madden curse. Polamalu strained his MCL and later his posterior cruciate ligament, causing him to miss most of the season. Madden 2011, cover athlete Drew Brees of the New Orleans Saints. The curse strikes again. Brees had an overall good season, but threw twice as many interceptions and lost to the unfavored Seahawks in the playoffs. Moving on to Madden 2012, cover athlete Peyton Hillis of the Cleveland Browns. The curse strikes. Injuries led Hillis to miss almost half of the season and only rushed for 587 yards the entire season. Moving on, Madden 2013, cover athlete Calvin Johnson of the Detroit Lions. Finally, the curse doesn't strike. This is the first example. That is 13 years in a row that the curse was a thing. And finally, Calvin Harris ended the streak. Probably the best case against the Madden curse, Johnson's 2012 season was one of his best overall and featured countless records, falling by the wayside as he went on to record 1,964 yards receiving over the course of the season, a new NFL record that beats the previous record held by Jerry Rice. Johnson also set or tied NFL records for 100-yard games and receptions during 2012, proving that not even an appearance on the cover of Madden NFL 2013 can stop Megatron from being one of the best players of the game. Moving on to Madden 2014, better known as Madden 25. Cover athlete Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings. The curse strikes. While Peterson's start to the 2013 season looked good with a 78-yard rushing touchdown on his first carry of the game, he struggled for the first half of the season with a nagging foot injury. He ended up playing only 14 games, and the team's record dropped back down to 5-10 and 1 tie after he was declared done for the season in December due to the same aggravated foot injury. On to the next year, Madden 2015, cover athlete Richard Sherman of the Seattle Seahawks. This is the second case that the curse does not strike. Sherman gave a great performance for his 2014-2015 season. He led the Seahawks to their second straight Super Bowl appearance. Although they lost, there is no doubt that Sherman had an incredible season. Now we're getting to more recent Maddens. Madden 2016. We're going to skip this one because I've already gone over this one. This is the one with Odell Beckham. On to Madden 2017, cover athlete Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots. The curse strikes. Gronkowski missed the first 2 games of the 2016 season because of a hamstring injury. The Gronk went on to an okay season, but in Week 11 against Seattle, Gronk suffered a pulmonary contusion after being on the receiving end of a huge hit from Seahawks defensive back Earl Thomas. The Gronk was kept out of the Patriots' Week 11 contest against San Francisco. He came back into the starting lineup the following week against the New York Jets, but he left the game early because he had even caught a single pass with a back injury. Gronk underwent surgery to repair a herniated disc and was placed on injury reserve on December 3rd, 2016, where he would remain for the rest of the season. His season ended with 540 reception yards and 3 touchdowns on 25 catches. The superstar tight end was forced to watch his Patriots win the Super Bowl from the sidelines. Now, this year, Madden 2018, cover athlete Tom Brady, also of the New England Patriots. I think it's way too early to call this one, but there's no doubt in my mind that Brady will avoid the curse. So, tell me, do you think the curse is a thing, or do you think it's just a myth? Let me know in the comments. That about wraps up the video, but before you go, I am doing a Madden 2018 giveaway for the Xbox One or the PS4. The winner will get to pick which console. To enter, all you have to do is leave a comment below, first off saying that you entered, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and turn your post notifications on. Once you've completed all those steps, make sure that you left that comment below saying you have entered. Also, if you would like additional entries, please be sure to check out the description as I've left another way for you to enter. This is of course for people that would like to enter additional times. If you do the steps that I said earlier, you will still be able to enter, you just won't have as good of a chance as winning. You can get up to 3 more entries if you go to the link below. There are plenty of instructions. However, you do have to complete a very simple and quick survey to get these extra entries. Thank you very much if you do complete that survey, because I do benefit just a little bit from it, and it makes these giveaways possible. And I hope that you will be joining me in my next upload, which will be on Thursday night about 9 p.m. Central Time, or after the Thursday night football game. That about does it for me, so hopefully I will see you in the next one. See ya! Actually, I lied. I have one more thing to say. Y'all please go subscribe to my friend KG2Swift for providing this gameplay. He helped me out here. I didn't actually get this one my own. This Madden gameplay was provided by him. So, So show some support and give him a sub and tell him that I sent you. So finally, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.
I don't know what's gonna come tomorrow.